Venus, Scorpio Mars, and Scorpio Collective, and even the Black Moon Lilith is in Scorpio this moment. So whatever is your Scorpio placement, welcome, welcome. This is for Scorpio and cross-watchers who are interested of Scorpio's life in May 2025. This is predictive tarot reading. You got this 11 bust, this kind of busted Egyptian cat. Something about the cat, being a catty, holy longing, desire, instinct, sensuality. Eric Dennis, now it's your sign. Let's go. There is even a cat on the table. This is a catty reading now. Blackjack, black cat. Is here as well. You got a solar plexus chakra. This is the inner light. It could be intuitive power too, but it's like put this kind of willpower to do something. Activate this kind of to be the warrior and hero and not to be a servant of all people. Just what is your hero's quest, and we are gonna see it immediately, because this is the spread about the hero Atreyu in Never-Ending Story, going through this three gates. The Sphinx Gate is the first, then the Mirror Gate, Magic Mirror Gate, and then we go to Southern Oracle. So let's start. You have this deck for this reading is the Tarot of the Divine. It's a lot of fairy tales around the world. Let's see what comes. So I think I start, yes, immediately putting the gate. Let's see. Sphinx Gate of self-worth. What do I really think of myself? Now it's a moment to find this kind of secrets. Then, okay, bottom of the deck, I see this Fenrir the Wolf. Hopefully nothing negative comes. But this is exactly like that Gimor card, is this kind of dark wolf. Let's see if it's coming to you that way. But anyway, maybe now it's time to put those Falkor, the luck dragon, and the Gimor card, because I saw that. So this is the luck. And this is the Gimor. Okay. Now we go to the mirror. Who am I really? Confrontational. The secret you need to know to complete your quest. I have a feeling there is more. It's not just one. These two. Then, what do you need to do with that knowledge now? Okay. Here are your cards. Let's go. Wow, this Five of Cups energy has come before in other readings too. It's a sadness and loss, but interesting that the Sphinx Gate of self-worth show you the sadness. What do I really think of myself? There's some big loss here. Sadness, but in my shadow readings, this is a very key card for my reading, because it's totally like you can understand your joy and happiness only if you also know your sadness. So you have to balance these two. So it's a kind of very key card for me, as being, at least for my awakening, to understand that, okay, you care a lot, and going through the first gate, now we are going through the Sphinx Gate. The hero has to be confident. Whatever comes, the hero is ready. So even if there is sadness, it's kind of like a message, like you can push through. You just have to be confident, like it will pass. The feelings will always pass. But it's there to acknowledge, to see, to learn maybe from it. I'm gonna read this story. It's coming from Mexico. Five of Cups. Here is Five of Cups. Yes. So this is La Rona, Mexican folklore. The Five of Cups is useless regret without learning. Jealous of her husband's new wife, La Rona drowns her own children, and now her wailing ghost wanders the earth. She continues to wallow in grief, refusing to seek redemption or happiness. Self-pity, guilt, regret, stagnation, depression. Trying to show you this, but this is, you think maybe you are stuck in this kind of Three of Cups that are fallen. Well, we all have issues. Everybody have issues in life. Whatever shiny it looks, people have a life. There is always hardships. That's natural of our human life. But there is these two cups standing here, and you can be focused on just for the loss. Remember, there is still this. There's always hope. Okay, now we see what spirits see who you really are. Go to the mirror gate. Actually, before we go that, I want to show you the luck dragon, because this is supposed to be guiding you like a guardian angel. Like when we have in the heart card and feel like, okay, this is not fair. Like, why do I get these bad cards? Why can I get these lucky cards? Then we have this, where did I put that paper? We have a luck dragon Falcor card that says, yeah, if the truth freaks you out, because this is like a truth, turn over immediately the Falcor card. Oop. And here we have an Emperor, beautiful. So we have actually the Arthur, King Arthur, the Emperor, the Aries card here to show that, wow, you got the power. Just have to be understanding what is your kingdom about. Almost like you got a mission to rise this Excalibur. Only the true king can rise it. But this is a beautiful thing, like this kind of good king is here. Whatever is that emperor in your life, a daddy or whatever figure, father figure, could look for this kind of mentor, even who is kind of fatherly. But that is here. Falcor card. Falcor is Atreyu's luck dragon and always believes in Atreyu because he knows his true potential. So this Falcor card in the spread represents your ideal self, your highest potential, what you can become. So you can become this kind of king of all kings, being like a very good, protecting your kingdom. So if in the kingdom was this sadness, there is this kind of masculine to keep it safe. So that's good. Let's see now the mirror. So spirits see who you really are, Scorpio. Wow, beautiful card. This is a beautiful thing that there is this moon energy here. Look very similar, dark hair person, but sad. But here we have a moon card which is totally about the mystery. This is of course related on Japanese story, but like it is interesting how this Mexican story can turn to this positive Japanese story. They are both in the moonlight, but she's like in this bridge, and bridge is of course it's very beautiful, like a symbol, balancing things or going through the bridge, or like having some maybe and like a way. Actually, in the original, yes. In the original card, there is also a bridge of this card. I have to show that original card. There is almost like what is happening on the back of this card. That's you, really. You see just the front sadness, but there is actually almost like this lost innocence is still walking on this kind of beauty on the moonlight. I want to show this card. Yes, look, it's amazing how spirit want to show you. So in this card is originally a bridge here, and here this person is like a mourning, these three cups are fallen, and then these two are still standing. That is kind of like a true love is still possible, or that you are caring, you love, because that's what it feels like too, the loss. When you lose something, you really know what it means to you. But then this is the bridge here, and now it shows that is actually who you are. You are here on that bridge. Let's read this story. The spirit want to make you focused on that, what is happening in the background here. Almost like a more in the distant, somewhere in the future possibly, or past. What is that higher self here anyway? It's higher than this loss. I think it's gonna tell you something. Now I know. This is a Scorpio reading. We are doing this now in the new moon in Taurus, but we are heading towards the full moon in Scorpio. And I think that is highlighted here. There is something magical in you in May, because it's a May reading. Remember that full moon in Scorpio now in May. That's you should focus rather than what's happening possible now, at the beginning of the May month. So the moon, Princess Kaguya, Japanese fairy tale. The moon is a subconscious and all its illusions, potential pitfalls, and the possibility of self-deception. Here two tanukis, these are these kind of Japanese animals, shape-shifting raccoon-like animals, each stare at a different moon, though it is not clear which is the real one. Trickery, melancholy, anguish, illusion, insecurity. Yeah, there is. You can see the world always with the filters. Like, how do you choose to see the world? It's almost like Spirit wanna emphasize this, like where you wanna be in this picture. You should witness how you are being, and is seeing this beautiful like subconscious potential, some kind of like a something new can be born, baby, that you are not knowing even yet, but in full moon is coming. It might be then lightened. Which picture you look, this one or this one? I think this is much more empowering. And this is, you should indeed stay in your power. Scorpio is very mystic. This is very mystic type. So remember, you are this kind of, you have these mystic powers. Then we go forward. I think this was such a positive card. Like soon, let's see now the shadow self. We want to be aware of that too. Okay, Queen of Swords. Cut the crap. Queen is here. This is interesting. Air sign, Queen, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So this would be the key mark that you should balance these two. This is a king and this is a queen. And this can be a little bit snappy with the words. Like air signs are very witty and can say things, but the words can hurt. This is the Excalibur. There is almost like this truth is here. The power in the truth, and in a, it really look like a justice card also, even this Emperor card. So balancing this very straightforward cut the crap queen, who actually is interesting character because she transforms the pain to wisdom. So it is the good thing about your shadow self. You can just be focused on this anger or like arguments or anything that is said, but there can be also that the pain can transform to wisdom if you handle it like well. That's the key mark. You have pissed off this woman. Eric, have you pissed off somebody, some woman like this? Let's read this. Queen of Swords. I'm also Gemini. Yes, Gemini can get fast attacking with the words. I know. Turandot, China Arabic folktale. The Queen of Swords is a fierce and exacting force. Turandot does not forget betrayal, so her judgments, while fair and principled, seem brutal and cold. Still, she is open-minded and intelligent and can be charming and witty when she chooses. Protection, meaningful criticism, tough love, skepticism, and intelligence. That is now the darkness, and the message in this whole spread was, I'm gonna read this to you. So this, we were supposed to pick this when we get positive card. Now we got kind of this positive card, so we are looking it to know. And Giver card, the Dark Wolf card, shows you where you could potentially stumble in your quest, your weaknesses or your blind spot. It represents what the Greek called kako or evil demon. This is the shadow self, the parts which are hidden, denied or toxic, balance the positive revelation, this King Arthur with the keymark card, and you can achieve greater balance and personal power. Knowledge is power, which is also actually any royal people know this. Knowledge is power, so it's good to be knowing the truth always. I don't know if I read you the King Arthur. Maybe I didn't. So let's read that too. Guiding Emperor. I think I didn't read. This is King Arthur, UK. The Emperor is the ideal father figure, a warrior and conqueror. King Arthur rules over his kingdom and his sometimes unruly knights with a just and firm hand. He unifies the fractures, defends the weak, and lends his knowledge and understanding to all his subjects. Stability, leadership, bravery, both action and structure. Yeah, the structure is here, the key. Things are getting a little bit chaotic here. Well, she's also wanting to have a plans to make the goals happen, so there might be a little pressure for that here. We have to balance these kind of leadership qualities. Truthfulness and honesty is definitely needed. She doesn't like the lies. She is totally allergic to the lies. She comes here with a sword like, are you talking to me? Some life lies? I show you. I cut your head. Okay. Then we have here the Southern Oracle. Next up is the secret you need to know to complete your quest. First card is the Four of Coins. Okay, very Capricorn card. Stability, but this is tells about the shepherd girl being married to a condor. There's interesting story here. And then we have also Nine of Cups. This is also visual. This is interesting. They both are having kind of similar story, but in the different. Can I make it short? So this story is like this poor poncho, like a poor shepherd girl of llamas is in the field, forced to walk in the bare feet there. Is not very wealthy. The family makes her watch after the llamas. And one day this kind of charming poncho guy shows up there and charms her, and then she's like falling in love with this stranger poncho guy. And when she's then kissing or getting into him, suddenly he changed to be the condor and like grabs her away to the condor nest and like steals her away and put in this kind of very isolated place, kind of very just making a child in this condor nest and totally isolated. And then one day she's suffering there. Even everything she get everything she wants, but she has to live alone with this condor. Then she talks to this colibri, like, go to tell to my parents where I am, and then they gonna come to rescue her. There's all this story. Eventually, she is going back to her parents. Her child even ends to be shepherd. She doesn't like the poor lifestyle again, and so again she chooses to be the wife of condor. So she turns to condor also in the end. And there is some kind of metaphor here about that the condor is actually God, and is how much you like a trust God. But here is this man is in love with a woman, but is camouflaging to be a woman to get into the company. So there's again like somebody is like masking themselves to be somebody else to get in the good books with you. So that is now the secret you need to know to complete a quest, to understand that somebody is maybe playing some role to get to you and then possess you. But this is Fishfulman card, so it's also like almost married. Like this is totally, it could be like the person is just so in love with you, is wanting to do everything, even to dress like a woman if he's a man. Maybe I read these stories here, so little short stories. It's like a long story short. This directly from this book maybe give you still another meaning. So that is the secret. 4 of Pentacles and 9 of Cups. Condor's wife. The 4 of Coins represents greed and unwillingness to open up or share. Condor covets his wife, who does not like his lifestyle or living with him. Yes, like isolation. He recognizes her unhappiness but is unwilling to make changes or set her free. Hoarding, possession, financial stability, materialism, and stinginess. Anyway, she eventually wants to be the Condor too. In that story, if you want to read it somewhere. This was kind of very spiritual thing too. And this is Al-Muluk and the Princess Janaya, Iran Arabic folktale. The 9 of Cups represents a happy ending achieved in unexpected ways. Prince Tai Al-Muluk fell in love with Princess Janaya, but she refused men. He used trickery, disguising himself as a woman in order to win her heart. Dreams realized, fulfillment, pleasure, recognition, triumph. Little games are played here. In these 2 stories. Okay, let's see now the action that you need to do when you realize like somebody's playing games with you. Empress, wow. It's beautiful to see that there is like Emperor and Empress in the table. This is a divine union. Usually that they both are on the table. And it's of course higher than just a Queen of Swords. This is totally the divine feminine energy and totally the Venus energy. And you know, Venus is a ruling planet of Taurus. Taurus season is now. You just have to understand how to nurture and this mother energy. That's the action. To take care of things. To even respect this kind of divine feminine. Again, reminder on Mother's Day. So remember your mother in May. This is a month of Maria. And yeah, it's all about like blooming, blossoming. That's the action. I'm gonna read this story. This is again in Mexico. So if we came from the sad stories in Mexico to now this blooming, maybe that tells about this kind of journey. That when you are a brave heart, hero, things just get better. You have to believe that things get better, but there are always this kind of steps that you have to take to get that better. But this is totally a beautiful feminine, divine feminine. To recognize that. Almost a saint. Our Lady of Guadalupe, Mexico, Catholic saint. The Empress is a loving and protective mother. She cares for and wishes to defend all of her children, even if a mother's love can sometimes be smothering. The world feels bright and everything blooms around her. Fertility, nurturing, accomplishment, nature, abundance. So it was the focus now on this kind of mother energy now, May. What you need to do with the knowledge of this. Just to focus on this kind of healthy female energy. Support that. Now let's see, we have here Bas, this interesting holy longing desire cat energy, very feminine energy as well. But let's start pulling this card. So here we have, to verify this, who you are, this moon card, what comes now. Let's see. Okay, King of Swords. So if this is a Queen of Swords, here is an Emperor. In the center of your reading is the King of Swords. So the truth-speaking king is highlighted. Even there is this, the moon is also hidden secrets. You have to stay honest and truthful king. It's like a King of Swords can be a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, but it's always valuing the things with the newest knowledge. So it's a truth and the wisdom is appreciated here. Seek that kind of knowing. It's like honesty. Value could be really truthful and honesty. And wise. Then let's see light message here a little bit. Scorpio. Sword, all sword. Interesting. I'm seen. So that's positive. Like you are not like moon energy can be like a hidden. But I don't know what is it like. Am I seeing you? Like this is true. Like this is like but that's the positive thing. Like I'm not totally invisible. What I go through is like oh I'm seeing that you are letting yourself to be seen. That is, let yourself to be seen, because whatever it is, you're giving permission, like that thing can exist in you. You're not hiding any part of yourself. It's like you're accepting that, and then it is very positive thing to go through this kind of like accepting all parts of you. Own it. Now the purpose card for May. Career change. You are embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and deserve. Lighthouse. Okay. Now we take this archetype card. What would be now in May activated for this hero's quest for Scorpio? The box. It's also like a light. Here is a light. Actually, when I see this usually, and it's like we have a Sphinx reading here, I always look, this looks like a pyramid, just from the top, and it's like a box. So it's interesting that this came in this reading. Where can I put it? A box. You are now in a box. A gift box. Time to think about what that means in your life. Really, it looks to me like a pyramid. The cage, the rules, the norm. We all live some degree within the confines of the box. This archetype represents everything that is known, anticipated, and expected. It holds us in place while simultaneously holding us back from our greatest visions. The box is sneaky, insidious, and everywhere, limiting us at the most unconscious levels. It is built up layer upon layer of social constructs and pressures. Breaking through its confines requires awareness, continued effort, and bravery. The box may appear as expectations from parents, a well-paying but heartless job, the pressure to look or behave like others, or simply to stay small. There is a box around you now, made of some type of confining thought. What is it? The box shifts and morphs as we grow. This is part of its multi-layered nature. Once you break through one layer, another will represent itself to you. Keep going, break through, and exquisite life requires it. When light, structure, order, coherence, and logic, what is actually here even highlighted, that's a good thing. But when dark, limitation, rigidity, judgment, and fear, and indeed this kind of kings, the judgment can be that negative shadow self that you have to understand when the judgment is too much. Moving outside of the box is exhilarating and expansive, but destabilizing. Others will wonder what you are doing and why. You will do this. You will too. This is part of the process. Everything within the box is known. Everything outside the box is unknown. That is why it's more comfortable to stay within its walls. Choose freedom. It's kind of telling you a little bit. That's what it is. Like even the shadow can be scary, but it is also the kind of like dark feminine things is a strong part in us. If you're angry of something, it is really like our boundaries are crossed, and like that's like a honest, very honest feeling also to be angry. Like this looks really pissed off, this woman, your shadow self, but it's honesty there. Somebody who's angry cannot hide that, so it's totally true then. So what else we're gonna see now? I think I'm gonna read this bust, and then we see current feelings of person still. Maybe first the current feelings first. We end to the cat. So Scorpio, current feelings of your person. Nobody's commenting anything. Maybe Dennis, you are no, Eric, Dennis, you are listening. This is now for you. Okay. So we have here Nemo. How is Nemo a hero? Nemo is able to release the hero that had been bottled up inside his soul by his father's control over protection and rescue. Interesting that this father thing is also here. Yeah, sometimes some parents can be a little bit like a too much limiting us. Like this partner here is also like a condor is not letting the wife go out of the nest, and she feel like oh my god, I want to get out of here. Surrendering to guidance of spirit, fated, divine, destiny, soul agreement, on the right path, meant to be. So it's spiritual. Maybe even this is very spiritual here, the saint. Stop holding back, afraid of intimacy, afraid hiding in their shell, frozen heart, nervous, heart boundaries, to protect oneself, heart locked, wall up. Yeah, somebody is in the box. Then inattention to possible 5 roles, behaviors, leads to a life without intention. Without intention. So bring awareness to them, activate your full personal power in each moment. Purpose is the greatest bridge to now. Wow, this bridge is in the center of your reading, and this is saying here, purpose is the greatest bridge to now. So what is your purpose? And you could be observer, director, guardian, warrior, lover, or leader. Own the moment, life comes back. High vibe. Yeah, the witnessing something, you are like conscious what is happening. Your person wanna like be very self-aware what's happening. Like not be this kind of unconscious, but conscious rather. There are these roles that you can take to be observer, director, guardian, warrior, lover, leader. It's totally leader here. Dark Horse by Katy Perry. Damn, I think I love her. Shout is so bad. What is it? I'm something, is it like spiraling, and I don't care. She got me like a roller coaster, turned the bedroom into a fair. Her love is like a drug. I was something hit and quitted. But Lil Mama so dope. I messed around and got addicted. Maybe you have to listen this Dark Horse by Katy Perry. This very Egyptian related song as well. Sometimes I write these things a bit too fast. That's hard to read. Heartbeats. So a person have heartbeats about you, Scorpio. My heart skips a beat when I think of you. Best things are felt with heart. Music in my soul dancing to the rhythm of life. Party. Okay, and now we read the last advice is the bust. Holy longing and desire. And then soon I can take some questions still. This is Scorpio. For May, the sensual cat goddess bust creates the compelling desire to be born into form from the disembodied soul in the realm of formlessness. Her instinctual holy longing is irresistible in its urgency to create new life. She shows us that birth is sacred and being born into form is a blessing, not a curse. She is our guardian through the birthing chambers each time we are ready to renew our form. As a fertility goddess, bust represents the sacred side of lust and the discernment to know when to surrender to the holy longing, which is based in the desire to embody form and connect to the soft, warm animal aspect of human bodies. Without her alluring promise of new delights, we would never have the impetus or courage to re-enter the cosmic birth canal and be born over and over again. With each birth, we celebrate the joy and magic of our precious incarnation here on Earth. One of Bast's functions is to help the birth mother distinguish and call for the new soul that is coming toward her during conception. Wow, really this divine feminine fertility goddess is here also. Every act of creation requires birth, and this is a creative goddess. Whether it is the words that come from your mouth or the food that arrives at the table, if you have drawn this card, Bast is showing up as a guardian and guide to lead you to the your heart's desire, and to bring your instincts and sensuality into alignment with your holy longing. Pay close attention to what you are now birthing into the world. Bast will help you to see and hold to the higher dedication and commitment. What? No, it was not commitment. It's the other reading had a commitment. Commitment is such an important word. That's why I was stopping, because without commitment, nothing gets done. So that is such an important word. So Bast will help you and hold on the higher dedication and commitment underlying what you most desire to create. Additionally, consider how cats are self-confident and self-contained, and how they reflect for us a strong example of self-love and self-care. If Bast appears in your reading, make the time to settle in and pamper yourself. You deserve it. Okay, so that is now in May. You should really indeed even buy yourself flowers this May. Just surround yourself with beauty. Here is also like quality time with a person. It's a little bit extreme, like a person is totally in the nest of condor in the mountain and isolated. But you could be really looking this kind of place where you can like be completely enjoying your body. Okay, so this was your reading, Scorpio. Now I'm asking, is Eric still here? There's one Scorpio who was here at the beginning of this reading. And do you have a question? But I could answer now a question for one Scorpio. Then I'm gonna get ready for the next reading. I will do every hour a reading. Next will be Sagittarius. But Sanoi, hey, you are speaking Finnish. Very considerate, nice. So are you happy with the reading? I was interested to see there is a kind of Scorpio elements here. I could totally recognize the Scorpios I know. But everybody has a unique life, so I don't know how was it resonating for you. I was thinking a lot of female Scorpio when I was reading, so there's a lot of these female cards also. Anyway, do you have any question, Eric? Now you have been around here. Now is your turn. You could ask question. Any question? I don't see any question. I'm still giving you time. Maybe you are like thinking about it a little bit. My readings start always that any deck comes based on the crystal I pull. Okay, Eric said thank you. So you don't have, I guess you don't have any question, because this is really a moment, because I'm giving this moment always like once a month. You can ask. And that now is that moment. Wait. if you don't have, let's say that we come back soon for Sagittarius, and then the Sagittarius can ask a question. So thank you for anybody liking this reading. Give me like, subscribe if you already didn't. This is, I usually, for the new people, I do a reading during a new moon. Now it's new moon in Taurus. And then I do another extensive reading during the full moon. And the next full moon will be in Scorpio. Eric didn't say, I said general reading. No. So it is, general reading. You said. So you want still reading? Like just anything? No question, just reading? Say me, you want a reading still. I can do it. Really can do it. So general reading, please. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna pull up crystal for Eric. Eric got the heart chakra. Okay, this deck is, I have an option to take another deck. Maybe this time I take another deck, because this is no, I have to respect this. this is the deck of a stallion. This is the bottom of the deck, is still this one. But this is your deck, so let's say you don't have any question, just a general. How many cards? You wanna say how many cards you want, or just whatever it comes? Because having a question would help me to make a spread, but otherwise we make just for Eric now. Something that you need to see about yourself. Let's see what kind of form I make. I'm maybe 2 cards for love and 2 cards for career. Okay, yes, good. So this is now 1 love card. Maybe we have a couple energy here. Let's see. 2 cards for love and 2 for career. Eric, career can be here. There was in this general Scorpio was a career change, so I don't know. Also this 3 cards. Okay, so for love we have interesting Tower card, big oak, and a Mielik, a good wife, Queen of Pentacle, which is Earth sign Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, while this is connected to Mars, energy of Mars. Mars is currently in Leo, so Mars is always related to like sexual energy. There is something about this is always a change, tower moment, that something is changing, can be a karmic moment. So as I here have this beautiful woman, it is you are the change maker, and then this person, it is both are in the forest, kind of. That's interesting, because he has to cut this kind of water spirit come to cut this tree that is growing so much that you cannot see the moon and the stars, and all the clouds are even stuck on these branches. So he has to cut this old tree away to have a space for new. It's almost like some old patterns, old relationship has to go for good to cut this tree, and then the new forest, new thing can come, because this is a very blossoming and beautiful, like a forest queen. So there has to be like almost like when you are having a relationship and you have your person over, you have to have like a space in your cupboard for the person. If you don't have any space for that person in your life, there is literally no space in your life. So now this is almost like you should make the space for her to come. Could verify this a little bit. These are both in this forest places. As I can see, could have been even something ended. Okay, like a relationship ended. I remember you were saying to me sometime that you don't have a soulmate or like this, but this is a heart chakra, so it's heart healing and a beautiful omen of a true love. So it's a very positive crystal you have here, but that is asking from you to not to be a fake and actor, but we really be this true lover. Tower card is powerful. this could be keywords is regeneration, cleaning up, understanding, new clarity, getting whole again, deep inner change, healing, breaking old structures away, inner growth, and self-awareness. And there's a lot of stories here, but this is for your relationship. Where ground was fertile, the holy seed of this kind of holy tree seed could take place there. But when the tree got too big, it was on the way of the sun and the moon, and then you kind of got less aware. The clouds are symbolizing the thoughts, and then they would be stuck in the branches when the tree was too big. So there might have been some outside circumstances that your life force start to get less. And this card can also say that your spiritual power went into the wrong place, and sometimes things are growing out of proportion, and it's hard then to make those changes that are needed. Things went too far or something, that they grow too far. But these changes are always happening first in the inside world to manifest in the outside world. So that everything that happens inside shows outside. But the helper of the situation is this hero kind of guy who comes from these waves, from the subconscious mind, from the spotters, and will be very brave and courageous, and it's gonna cut this tree and thoughts away that are not serving. So that is now like you are showing up this kind of axeman. And then there is this forest queen here that is very, I'm gonna read a little bit of this because she can get pissed off also if she's not respected, because this is really nurturing mother, good wife type. It's almost like this has to happen. You have to make space for this wife. But is of course the money queen as well. This is very good with the finances. So she is Mother Earth, protection, gifts, maintaining life, female, feminine love, forgiveness, balance, well-being of mind and spirit, taking care, sharing and caring, and continuity. And she is the queen of the forest. And what can I say? I'm gonna have a short meaning. Very good-natured woman, very giving, and she is totally full of this kind of motherly love. And she is respecting every living being in the nature, and she is wanting the harmonious life and balance, and it's showing in her presence and in her person, outside and inside. She's taking care always of her surrounding and encourages people to protect the all life, and she can take care of her body and herself. She's very safe and motherly and balanced. She has a very strong connection to nature and other environment, and is very peaceful woman. And she will give you unexpected gifts and reminding you that you have deserved everything that you will get. The card reminds you that if you are proud or greed or selfish or lazy, she will get pissed and angry, and she will lock the door and she doesn't want to have anything to do with you. So yeah, Lemminkäinen, this lover boy, had this situation with her because he was trying to capture these moves from the forest and then pissed off the moose and this woman. Anyway, if you feel like you don't get what you want, you have to think, this is very hard to translate. Kannattaa miettiä, lieneekö pyytäjä typerä vai antaja itara. Kortti kehottaa pitämään mielessä myös sen, että me emme aina saa sitä, mitä haluamme. So the card asks you that we don't always get what we want, but we get what we need. That means that you should have a gratitude towards everything that happens in life, because you don't get what you need. But she would be here now, but you have to make space for her. So it's very much like even this Taurus energy currently. We have a new moon in Taurus. Family values are totally this kind of earthly type. Nature goddess is here. I don't know if you want to have one more love card to verify this because you want to have a love life. It is there, but you have to make space for her. That's the simple message. And let me give you a little love card here. I have to soon move to the Sagittarius. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. So having faith is usually like you have to believe in the invisible world. So things are happening. Butterfly is always about transformation also. Number 12. Maybe the 12th number is meaningful for you some way. 16, Queen is often number 12 as well in cards. Or maybe third, no, it depends. Anyway, now let's see the career still. Eric, oh wow, there is another mother, like, oh my god, this mother energy is here totally. Divine Feminine, soulmate, and the Knight of Cups, romantic knight. So we were talking about the career, and still we got a love life here. So maybe, what do you do for a living? Is there some attraction thing part of, I don't know, but this is of course a big boss woman. So do you have a female boss? This is a man lover. So I mean, of course, Scorpio is totally this kind of Knight of Cups energy, but this is all lover thing. This is about nostalgia of the past, and the soulmate card as well. Asking you to move carefully because you could drop in the eye of a swamp. I have had this in the reading. Maybe you saw this reading where I was having this even in this last Sunday reading. But this is Six of Cups, is also the classical tarot card, is connected to the mother. So, oh my god, it's almost like asking you to remember your mother on a Mother's Day now in May, because it's like whatever work you have, you should not forget your mother. It's good for your career to spend the Mother's Day. But it's just weird that this is coming like that, but it's all about this feminine energy here. Maybe your female colleagues. Or something. So this is the card of this one. So there's like a person giving flowers to the mother. So that's your career. Can you give any light to this? Because I'm like, what is that kind of this of course 3, and this is connected, the Empress is connected to May. Is something happening 3rd of May? I mean, these are kind of holidays where I live. This is to take fast action. This is to react fast. If something is happening, you should take a fast action. Maybe whatever parties, Mother's Day, things are happening, love life is happening, still you should take fast action related to your career. But being kind of attracted to that thing you do, like there's this kind of, always remember this, it's good to follow this kind of excitement. This talks about that. But maybe there is something related to this kind of female boss, because it's really like here. You have to give the flowers to your boss, I don't know. But heart chakra is on the table. Was this helpful? I'm just thinking, how could I make a little bit more clear this reading? Maybe I will use these cards extra to verify. It's almost going to use this deck here. Let's verify for this career a little bit more. What is this? 9 of Spades, 9 of Sword. It's like worrying about something. That was showing already in the Scorpio reading, the same card. The first gate, was it? Something like that. Or which reading? Maybe it was a Libra. I'm confusing. Okay, let's read this card from this little booklet, because this gives you a little message. Only these booklets give. I have to soon move to the Sagittarius reading because I have timed them up. But I do want to give free readings. But where is this booklet? I'm ready here. This one. So I don't have any boss yet. I'm freelancer. So who is this then, this mother person here related to your career? Is some kind of mother influence important? This is really like a boss lady. This is like a really like a, can be nasty one too, because in this story is this kind of witch of the north. So, yeah, some powerful woman is here. And it's having this worry energy here. So maybe this is coming. Nine of Swords. What is this meaning here? This Lenormand card. Discomfort, obligatory alienation, unwilling separation, painful detachment. Okay, let's verify a little bit more. Why we have this kind of soulmate card on your work life? Do you meet a person in your work? Okay, this game, my deck is upside down. This is Page of Swords, curious page. Somebody very curious. Okay, I'm gonna read this story. These are always interesting what the spirit want to tell me this way. There is a Swords, Salishes, Pentacles. Here. So for your career, researcher, need for analysis, surprising revelations. Something of the past that you should analyze in your work. Need for analysis, researcher. Is there anything to do with your work? These cards. Let's see what about the Knight of Cups. It's usually like a romantic. Oh, but this was coming upside down, so maybe there is a negative meaning. Would be abandonment of mistaken convictions. Ignorant or deceitful person. Inept collaborator. Somebody leaving a project, ghosting. I don't know, because this is such a ghost from the past. Anyway, let's see the Knight of Cups. This is now for Eric. Let's try to get a sense why these are career cards. What is this trying to tell me? Okay, again, it came upside down. This is Knight of Wands. So another knight is referring to this Knight of Cups. So this action energy, this was very emotional. Daring to be understanding deeply is of course this. Talking about similar thing, that the analysis and research is important in your work. Here we have the sexy knight. So it is a builder knight. So it's like not to just analyze, but indeed be taking action. The message is, I think it came upside down as well, but I read both messages. Traveler, relative or distant friend, new residence, sudden departure. But when it's upside down, risk of separation, frustrating situation, need to escape. Need to escape. What are you trapped in? Need to escape. Anyway, remember, this is a curious, always very curious about new information. This is a big builder knight, also sexy knight. The first card I saw on the bottom of the deck, and it's still there. It's the sexy knight, the same card. So it's like being attractive person, even in your work, like going to gym, I don't know, being visible. It's good to be visible, like it's like showing up, like, look, here I am, here I come. Keeping like a personal whatever work relations well. So that's for your work. You have to be curious about some situation that you have to look a bit deeper, what's behind of some past situations coming up in your work. Not to be despair if somebody is like this kind of boss lady causing you headache here, but I really have no idea. I am totally shooting in the dark, just wanting to give you a little guidance, and that last guidance is best to give it some oracles. So let me see, where is my best oracle cards for this. Maybe we go here. You had a little bit like a mind stuff, shadow and light. Let's have a little bit this for the career and overally. We have to understand the shadow and light. There's a little bit both here. So you know now. Did you realize? What is it? Yeah, she's very mean, but I don't care, lol. Okay. So it's meaning of this reading is always like you make the realization eventually. I'm just showing you. Offended, enlightened. There's some kind of shadow and light in this. Maybe this is some kind of mental thing. You have to let go of whatever has grown to thick forest in the mind. It can stop the abundance, because this is totally abundant woman here in the cards for you. You have to make sure that there's space for this kind of abundance, a good kind of growth in your love life. We're gonna read now this overall for Eric advice. Feeling offended by something is often a sign of an insecurity within yourself. The areas you have confidence in rarely make you feel offended if somebody says something negative about it, because you know deep within yourself that they are wrong. It can cause a burning feeling in your stomach. You start to boil, and arguments and things you would like to defend yourself pop into your mind. It can be truly exhausting, so if you could learn to change your perspective, you could save yourself a lot of energy. This card encourages you to stop and think whenever these feelings come up. Ask yourself some helpful questions to be able to move on and not let it touch you. Ask yourself why you feel offended. Is the statement true to you, or is it something that feels true at first glance, but maybe you will find it isn't if you take an extra moment to analyze it? This was also showing like analyzing here. Noticing you are feeling offended can be used as a tool for yourself to find weak links that perhaps you need to work on. It can highlight the very areas that you haven't touched base with in a while but need to revisit and give some love and care to. It can be helpful to pinpoint the topics that seem to cause you to feel offended. There is a high chance that these are things you like less about yourself, things that feel unfair or cruel in the world. Instead of harboring negative feelings, see if you can turn your perspective around and find enlightenment. See if you can find reasoning behind the situation, an alternative explanation, or even gratefulness. Instead of letting the rage burn inside you, see if you can take a different road to enlightenment. A little bit preaching, but this is all advice from the spirit. Affirmation. I don't waste my energy on the road of rage. I stroll down the road of enlightenment. An exercise for Eric. Next time you feel offended, make a note of it, and once you calm down from the situation, ask yourself why you felt offended. Is the statement true about you? If it is, this is a sign that you need to work on loving that part of yourself too. Yes, this kind of shadow work, accepting all parts of you, even those hard parts that cause you triggering emotions. But I hope this was helpful. Did you like it? There's a heart healing indeed in the cards for you, and sometimes it means also hard emotions has to be processed. But it's all beneficial, because if you are healing this heart, this means that your energy field is completely like a lightened, and you manifest better. So even if you have work and money, it's very good to do this heart healing. Okay, I hope you liked it. I have to really get ready with the next reading. Eric is not saying anything, but thank you for being here, looking my readings, and anybody else Scorpio here. See you soon at the Sagittarius reading. Bye.